Hello, hello. How is everybody doing tonight? Happy Tuesday, guys. Tonight, I found after stream last night, I was looking on tier list at the end of stream yesterday, and there was too many to click through, and I didn't really feel like going through each and every one of the Resident Evil tier lists live, looking for one that included Requiem. So I did it after stream last night. I did it last night. There we go. There we go. Who's ready? Who is ready to dive in and do this? Let's go ahead and do the glaringly obvious one. This trash category. This trash category. Let's just go ahead and do this. Let's just go ahead and do that and get it out of the way. RE3 remake. We're gonna yap about these. We're gonna hopefully not gonna be here forever because I do want to do the mod, but we are gonna do this properly. Oh, there's a good chunk of these that are gonna go in my haven't played category either, and that might be my goal for this year, to trim down that category. RE3 remake. There are some good things and some bad things about it. I do like highlighting the good when we talk about this game, because I do hate always coming off as very negative with this game. The voice actors did a fantastic job. The character design team did amazing. Jill looks good. Carlos did good. Modders are amazing and made Carlos shirtless for a while. I have lost that mod and want to find it again. We love that about it. That being said, it is a shell of the original. And while we're here, we're just going to go ahead. We're going to put this up here. We're just going to go ahead and do this. 3OG is an amazing game. 3OG can be different every time you play it based on what you do. You can come up where you find Nemi and you get a choice of what to do. A lot of times you can either fight him or you run, right? Most of the time you get one of those two options. In 3OG, everything is very scripted, or in 3 Remake, I'm sorry. Everything is very scripted. You find Nemi, you pretty much just have to run from him every single time. There's no variety, there's nothing. Everything is very linear. Everything is straightforward. The game literally pushes you from one area to the next. Half of the game is cut. You don't go on Clock Tower. You do a terrible fight outside of Clock Tower. Jill passes out for a day and a half. Carlos magically finds her. You could have played as Carlos in that day and a half, trying to get to Jill, but we didn't.
Whoa.
You don't go to the park. You don't go to the Dead Factory. You don't fight Gravedigger. So much is cut between OG and Remake. For a first playthrough, Remake is fine. It was actually kind of fun on a first playthrough. But after that, you really start to see the flaws. And unless you want to platinum the game, or unless you're interested in modding, there's honestly no reason to ever play 3 Remake again, minus your first time. That being said, a modder is out there doing God's work right now, and someone is making a version of RE3 Remake where they are re-adding in all of the cut content. And once that mod does drop, we will go back to that. RE3 has a first trailer. Yeah, it really is. It really is. And I swear, I read somewhere that Capcom didn't really want to make RE3, even back in the 90s. I could be wrong about this, so nobody come at me in the comments when I upload this to YouTube later. But I read somewhere that that RE3 was never supposed to happen, and it was kind of thrown together, and fans just kind of decided we love this. So I'm kind of not shocked with that knowledge that 3 remake is what it is, because if they didn't want to do it the first time, why would they want to do it the second time? So yeah. 3OG, absolutely amazing. I had so much fun playing 3OG for the first time last year. Literally was an amazing experience. We are starting the tier list strong. I've already ranted about 3 remake. How you doing, Chesney? How are you doing? But yeah, all the different things that you can do in 3OG, all the different ways that you can play the game out is amazing. And I don't know if I would do it on stream because I feel like I had to be handheld a lot through 3OG. But once I'm comfortable with my RE9 speedrun, I might start dabbling in some 3OG stuff in my own time. And then maybe we can slide it into more of a regular rotation. But yeah, 3OG, really, really fun. One of the best RE games that I have played. Now let's from here, let's just go in order. I just wanted to get the trash out of the way. I'm Rebecca. 1OG. I think 1OG. I actually think 1OG is kind of just okay in my book. Yes, it started everything. Yes, we wouldn't be where we are without this game. I had fun when I played OG, but OG is an example for me personally where I think the remake did it better. It's fine. I'd play it again. Like, I don't mind playing 1OG. I just think that remake kind of improved on it in every way. And because of that, personally, unless I want to do stuff with Biorand, I kind of don't feel the need to play 1OG anymore. Just kind of me. Remake, I'm sticking it up here and amazing. I absolutely love RE1 Remake. I think RE1 Remake is what really made me fall in love with this franchise. It was the first one I ever played, first one I ever streamed, and we struggled through it, I'll admit. It took a while, but fantastic game, fantastic example of survival horror. This was the first game that I ever sat here and thought, I want to platinum this game. And this was the first game I ever platinumed. Environments are great. The art design is amazing. It still feels very classic, given that it's got, fixed camera, tank controls, all that stuff. But I don't think it's a bad thing that it does. I still think it's a fantastic game. I think it holds up over the years. I play this game and it honestly doesn't feel like I'm playing something from 2002. I kind of didn't realize, like, I knew that there was like a PlayStation version, and I knew the first time I played the HD remaster, I knew from like Twitch and stuff that it wasn't the original, but it's still a fantastic game. They kept everything from OG in there and then added upon it. They added the Lisa Trevor stuff. That entire bit with her and the Trevor family was not in the original. I think it adds so much depth to it and makes the story stronger. RE1 OG is very goofy, very campy. I love it for that. It doesn't take itself serious. And in a way, the remake kind of finds a way to not take itself serious while having more serious things in it. Very, very, very good job done with it. Um, I'm actually of the people that really want to see RE1 remade in the RE engine. I want to see Spencer Mansion in the engine. I think it could look fantastic. Make it look like, something out of 2 remake, Requiem, 4 remake. Like, I cannot wait for that day to come. They could make it off of, the remake and have the Trevor family stuff in there, which I think would be really cool. I would love to see what they could do with Lisa Trevor nowadays. Or they could just remake it off of OG and, not have a remake or whatever people are complaining about. Yeah, one remake. I love it. It's definitely top 5-ish for me. There's a couple that I know are going to go above 3R and 1, but it belongs in that category. My only complaint, it's not even the dogs. Dogs in any Resident Evil are shit. I feel like Mansion 2 drags. And for those of you that don't know, that don't run it as much as I do, or as much as others in this chat, um, what we call Mansion 2 is after you go to the guardhouse, you fight Plant 42, you finally get the final key to the mansion, and you go back and go into 3 rooms all on opposite sides of the mansion, and all of a sudden there's hunters everywhere. That's Mansion 2. That part feels like it drags a little bit for me. Um, but if you know what you're doing, you're done with Mansion 2 in like 10 minutes, as long as the hunters don't screw you over and decapitate you. But yeah, from there, I want to do RE2 OG. I think RE2 OG is really good. I think it's really good. It's really solid. Introduces our boy Leon. Introduces one of my favorite women in the RE franchise, which is Claire. Really good job with this. Cool premise. We see the RPD for the first time. They did a really good job making 4 different scenarios. Claire A, Claire B, Leon A, Leon B. In the OG, they do a really cool thing where A and B are actually very different scenarios. In A, you have Birkins, and in B is the only time you see Mr. X. So a little bit different from what a lot of us know from the remake. The lack of a fleshed out B scenario is probably my personal only complaint with 2 remake. But no, I prefer 2 remake over OG because mine is like 3 OG and RE1R. I consider myself a modern gamer. I don't love tank controls. I don't love fixed camera angles. I do prefer the more modern graphics and the more modern controls. So I prefer 2 remake over it, but 2 OG, very, very, very solid. You can see where the inspiration is from the remake. You can see how faithful the remake is to the OG. And you got to give props to where we all started. That being said, I absolutely love 2 remake. I love 2 remake, I'd say a bit more than both of these. And I'm honestly torn. We're gonna flop these around a little bit. I might love 1R more than OG3, just because I've played 1R a hell of a lot more than OG3. Still, like in this amazing category, it's splitting hairs. Like, don't think that because one's technically higher than the other, I don't like something. This is just my personal what I think my ranking is. But yeah, 2 remakes amazing. We play a lot of it. I still want to get no damage in it. We meet our boy Leon for the first time, and he evolves into the golden boy of the remakes, we'll say. I'm a Claire girly into remake. I don't love Leon's route. I don't love Leon's weapons. I really become a Leon girl at 4, but 2 still very solid game. Enemy design looks awesome. They upped the gore up and bunch. I remember being shocked after finishing 1 remake and starting 2 remake. The cutscene in the gas station where Claire or Leon finds the first zombie eating the cop that you know, later play as in like the Hell of a Sheriff little mini game thing. Um, the gore on that like shocked me going from 1 to 2. That being said, its DLC is also pretty I don't even want to say decent. It's the DLC is good. It's fun. The Force Survivor is amazing. The Ghost Survivors are fun little scenarios. Tofu is always fun. Um really 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 like to. Code Veronica, we are going to play this year. We are going to play Code Veronica this year. Just haven't done it yet. I'm still trying to get it working, and I need like a day where I need a day where I like force myself to do nothing but just sit down and work my to-do list, and that day just hasn't happened yet. RE0. It's okay. I want to like it more. We love Rebecca. Billy's hot. Um I want to be able to move Code Veronica up somewhere. I just haven't played it. Billy's hot. We love Rebecca. I think Zero is just dated, and I think Zero could really benefit from a remake. The fact that Zero and 1 remake came out like either at the same time or back to back, I really don't know. And the controls are opposite of each other drives me crazy. I remember when we first played them in 1 remake, I think it was Y opens your inventory. In 0, Y switches your camera and a completely from Rebecca to Billy. And there's a completely different button that opens your inventory. And I remember that we had a counter on stream for every time that I accidentally switched characters instead of going into my inventory, and it drove me crazy. The fact that 0 has no item box drives me crazy, that you literally have to throw everything on the floor. It needs an update. It needs to be brought into modern gaming era. Story is really good though. Story's fun. Um, all I can hope is that in remake culture, they tie up a little loose end. Rebecca's a fucking baddie in RE0. Rebecca is like the icon that we all know and love in 0. And then she gets to 1 and she's like cowering in a corner from a hunter. And we're sitting here like, girl, in the timeline, didn't you just kill a bunch of hunters the night before? And now you're cowering in a corner scared of them? All I need, all I need from Capcom is when she was running from the training facility to the mansion after separating from Billy, hit a tree branch. Hit a tree branch and have a touch of amnesia for the game. That's all I need is a little continuity. That's all I need. Somehow didn't tell anybody about Umbrella. All she uncovered. Just give me the slightest bit of continuity. That's all I want. It's not that hard. Literally all it would take was I hit my head on a branch. I know who I am, but I don't remember what just happened to me. Or go on the fact that, you know, maybe she's in shock. Maybe she had an adrenaline rush that got her through 0. Give us something to explain her vast character differences. I saw that. I think Cherry mentioned that in her stream the other day. Um, I'm still hoping and praying that we get something in the next week for like RE's 30th anniversary. I want Fortnite to announce Resident Evil skins. I want Capcom to do something other than a sale with Maggie announcing it. Probably not going to get any of this, but I'm hopeful. Yeah, I wasn't gonna play 0. I got talked into playing 0. I'm glad I did. Like I said, it's a good story. It's kind of cool to like see cutscenes in 0 of Albert Wesker and William Birkin as younger scientists climbing up the rank and everything. Does Zero need to be a game? Maybe, maybe not, but it's fun. I haven't played it yet, but I really want to play Wesker mode. The ability to change Billy for Wesker and just dash through the game with Wesker powers. It sounds like something that would be right up my alley. I just don't love the controls of Zero, which is why I don't play it a ton. You all know me. I'm a keyboard mouse gamer. Zero is not exactly keyboard mouse friendly. But yeah, once it gets a remake, I will, we're going to play the shit out of it once it gets a remake. 4OG. 4OG is a really good game. I think for me it's above 2OG. 4OG makes Leon what we know and love him as today. We get the first introduction of everybody's favorite helpless person, Ashley. 4OG is the good old one where you can throw Ashley in a trash can when you wanted to keep her away from you. You can. You can throw Ashley in a trash bin.
Why would you do such a thing?
To keep her safe.
Can I put you in a trash can?
No. But yeah, you throw Ashley in a trash can to keep her safe from Ganados picking her up. Something I wish, maybe not a trash can, but there's one or two times, at least once in the Bella Sisters fight, where you get to throw Ashley in a locker in the remake. And I wish there would have been more lockers in the remake, because there were a lot of times in OG that you could tell Ashley to go hide and take care of the room without accidentally shooting her, without accidentally her getting grabbed. 4OG is amazing. I love replaying 4OG. And actually like watching the cutscenes and doing the story. It's so goofy. Leon is just a cheesy, amazing character in that one. As with the other OGs, 4OG does not take itself seriously at all. It's a giant meme. And the remakes, some people call the remakes soulless because they went very serious in the remakes. And they did. Like, all the remakes have honestly been about how much trauma Leon has from the events of Raccoon City. And he carries that with him everywhere he goes, in every game he's in. It's just all darker and more grim. I love the remakes though. I think that the seriousness works, but I do get why some people like the lightheartedness. But yet again, 4OG, amazing game. We couldn't have anything that we have now in Resident Evil without 4OG. 4OG was Game of the Year in 2005. Definitely deserves it. Yeah, Resident Evil would not be where it is now without it. For remake, we all know how much I love this game. I think my hours on Twitch having streamed it says a lot towards it. We love Leon. Leon looks amazing with this. They stayed very true to the OG in the story. Like I said, my only complaint is Ashley can't hide as much as she used to. On top of that, they improved Ashley as a character. She's not as helpless as she was in OG. She's still a bumbling idiot. She will still walk in front of a gun. But the biggest improvement they made is Ashley knows how to use a ladder in Remake. In OG, every time Leon jumped off of something, he had to wait and catch Ashley because she didn't know how to climb down a ladder. Remake Ashley knows how to do a little bit, a very little bit, but she knows how to do some things. I think the characters are amazing. There's a lot of flack given towards the voice actor that played Ada. I don't mind her. I think they did an amazing job with Base Game and Separate Ways. Separate Ways is so much better, so much more fleshed out in Remake. Absolutely amazing game. I could gush on this one for hours. But like I said, this is my most streamed Resident Evil game on Twitch. So are we surprised of where it is? Yeah. I'm not adding new tiers just to throw RE like 4 by itself. We made an exception to throw 3 Remake into trash. RE5, a really good game. I think for me it's still above 2 OG. RE5, really fun. A lot of fun with a friend. The first time I played this, it was with a friend on Twitch. I'll never forget when I got to 5. He's like, I want to play this one with you if you'd let me. He's like, because friends don't let friends deal with Sheva AI. So I had a partner my first time in 5. It wasn't up until last year when I finally braved playing 5 solo for the first time. I think my second playthrough of 5, I played it with Rax when he went through all the Resident Evil games his first time. 5's really good. It's really fun. Story's good. Wesker looks amazing. I still am one of the people that don't fully believe Wesker's dead, but that could be my own personal form of copium because I love Wesker. And I would love to see a Wesker reincarnation. It's very underappreciated. It's like up until a couple years ago, 5 was the top selling game. I think 2 Remake recently passed it. 4 might have since passed it. 9 is selling like fucking hotcakes. I saw on Instagram the other day that 9 has already sold 6 million units in like 3 weeks. But 5 is amazing. Like 5 was like the ultimate co-op game for the longest time. Sarah, we need to change your opinion of 5. We need to change your opinion of 5. We need to give you good memories of 5. We need to give you some good memories of 5. Revelations. This is where my opinions could start causing controversy. I love Revelations. I love Revelations. I think it's a fantastic game for a spinoff. I love that we're Jill again. There's a little bit of hate on how Jill looks in Revelations. It's a little bit off. But I still personally love it. I love that we're Jill again. I think it's a great use of bringing her back into the franchise. Parker's fun. He's a good character. The story's cheesy. The story's predictable as fuck. But I think it was really fun. My only complaints about Revelations is honestly the final boss. I think he's absolute bullshit. But other than that, it was really fun, really solid game. I really enjoy it. Keith and Quint are absolutely useless characters. All of their sections could be a cutscene. They're literally only there to like make you waste ammo on them, and then they don't even share that ammo with your actual main protagonists. But whatever, they're probably just added in there for length and nothing else. Yeah, chicken. I want chicken. There is a mod, and it's actually there is a mod to remove the well, I was gonna flat out say it, what we call the piss filter for RE5. There is a mod to do that, and it helps a lot. It really does. RE6. Before February, I probably would have put RE6 in like an category. And you know what? I probably would if it wasn't for Leon's campaign. I have to say this in all honesty. I had fun with Leon's campaign. If it was not for Leon, this game would probably be at the bottom of But for Leon and Leon alone, it's probably going to hover around the bottom of okay. Would I play Chris again? Probably not. Would I play Jake again? Maybe, probably not. I'd probably only ever replay Leon and Ada in this game. But I genuinely had fun while we replayed Leon. So only looking at Leon, 6 is okay. 7, I have mixed thoughts about 7, guys. I have mixed thoughts about 7. As a first playthrough, I really enjoyed 7. The creepiness of the old house right when Ethan goes in is amazing. Like how you're walking around and you just start hearing creaks from above. Amazing immersion, amazing survival horror. All through the Baker house is amazing. It feels very classic RE. I think 7's going to be at the top of for me. I think that 7 should have ended at Jack 3. We talk and we meme all the time that I like to press Alt F4 as soon as we pick Mia or Zoe, and the boat just sails off and they all live happily ever after. And I don't touch the boat. That being said, I honestly, and even though all of her stuff is on the boat, I love the character of Evelyn. I love the backstory of Evelyn. I love the idea that the connections made a bioweapon into a child because they thought that a child is more convincing or more. An adult would fall for something done by a child. A child can manipulate an adult more than an adult or like a Mr. X can manipulate another adult. Like, Evelyn's powers is to make you think that she's just this like lost little girl that needs a family. And when the adult accepts her into their heart, she just takes them over. I like that. I wish they would have sprinkled more Evelyn throughout the entirety of the game. I wish they wouldn't have saved like a big lore dump on Evelyn for the very end. I don't think Evelyn was a good final boss. I think Jack 3 is the appropriate final boss. Evelyn's easy. You put Ethan's got a nice car. You put like 6 shotgun shells in Evelyn's face, and it forces her into phase 2 where she throws you outside. And then you don't do anything until fake Chris throws you a gun, and then you shoot her 2 times and she's dead. It's the weakest final boss in the entire franchise, in my opinion. I like running 7 melee only, which is kind of the only way that I'll play 7 anymore because it's the only way I find it fun. There's no enemy variety. There's like 3 different forms of molded. You got your standard, you got your crawlers, you got your strong arm molded, and that's it. Boss is really cool. Jack is amazing. Jack is an amazing antagonist. I love Jack. It's why we have Jack modded as, Mr. X and 2 Remake right now. I love Jack's voice actor. I think he did a fantastic job. I love that Jack pretty much curses you out as you run through the house. It makes me laugh. Marguerite's disgusting, but a good horror boss. I love Lucas. Lucas is a crazy fuck, but he's kind of amazing.
Bro, you're rat.
I just don't like the last hour of the game when you go to the boat. I don't like that you have to play the boat twice. If you could skip that tape, I think it would make the game probably move up into okay, but it's fun to do melee only. 7's really fun for a first playthrough. It's got a bunch of goofy DLC. Just for me, it's kind of over the years. I platinumed it. I played the fuck out of it. I'm kind of over it. Village, I think Village has kind of fallen from grace with me a little bit. Village used to be in my top 3 not that long ago, but Village has started to take a toll on me. I still love Ethan in Village. I love Ethan being a dad in Village. I love him going after his daughter. All of that is amazing. The more we've done Village lately, I've noticed, and I don't know if you guys have noticed it in the chat, I stop having fun after we leave the castle. I stop having fun after we leave the castle. And we're just like going through the motions after we leave the castle. It's a gorgeous game. Characters are great. All the voice actors did an amazing job. They just put all of the best content in the beginning. House Beneviento is a drag on multiple playthroughs. Moreau's section isn't anything worthwhile. The factory's overwhelming and too big, as cool and as cute as Heisen Daddy is, and as amazing as his voice actor is. The Miranda final fight is really good. Just, I don't know. I just kind of got to a point where, like, once we leave the castle till we get to Miranda, I'm kind of just bored and I'm ready for it to be over. So, like, Village is still really good. It's gorgeous. Good story. Just, it's just kind of going down in my book a little bit. It's kind of, I'm saving Requiem because I'm not ready. Village has just kind of gone down in my book. I haven't played Survivor. I haven't played Survivor 2. I haven't, I think this is Dead Aim. I haven't played Dead Aim. Revelations 2. It's really fun. Really good game. It brings back Claire. I love Claire. Brings back Barry. I love Barry. Barry's final chapter is just a little bit too long for me. It drags a little bit. There's way too much to do. The fact that there is a second Wesker is an amazing revelation in Revelations. I wish they would have done more with her. I hate that they revealed the second powerful Wesker. She morphs her brain into a child's body who has been living with Barry Burton for years. And just, we're not doing anything with that. For some reason, we're not doing anything with that. It's just there. It's hanging out in the open. I would love for them to bring the events of Revelations 2 back. I would love to see where all of this goes. Sarah, you would really enjoy Revelations 1 at least, because I know you're a Jill girly. Just for how long the final chapter is for Barry, I'm putting it below 4OG. Still really good. Still really solid game. Just the ending drags. Oh no. That's kind of sad. Just let people get their stuff. Why you gotta be so mean about it? Gaiden, I haven't played. If I ever played Gaiden, I would probably need to have Cherry in here babysitting me because I don't trust myself with Gaiden. I would probably need Cherry in here babysitting me. As much as I wanted to play, I have not played Outbreaks. As much as I wanted to, we tried, it didn't work. I think this is Umbrella Chronicles. Never had the equipment to play it. Dark Side Chronicles, I could never even play this if I wanted to. Dark Side Chronicles has a very shaky camera. I can't even watch people play Dark Side Chronicles. I've tried. I've tried to watch Grace play it. I've tried to watch Cherry play it. Dark Side Chronicles has Operation Javier, which is the origins of Leon meeting Krauser. Really cool idea. I wish they would have remade that as a DLC for 4 Remake, but alas, they did not. I've always been really interested in Operation Javier. It's just quite a shame that I can't play it. I think both Revelations are really good. I was just saying that knowing Sarah really enjoys Jill, I think Sarah would enjoy Rev 1 over 2. But yeah, they're both like, I love both Revelations games. I would love to have a Revelations 3 and see what they come up with next. I think this is Mercenaries 3D. Also never played it. I think this is Operation Raccoon City. I can't really tell. But I also never played that. Umbrella Corps. Umbrella Corps is a game. It's a game. It's not exactly a very good game. This was Capcom's weak attempt to put Resident Evil into multiplayer world. There's a solo campaign, there's multiplayer. I have played both. I opened my mouth and said I would never play this game, and then Nick bought it for me and was kind of like, "Ha, bet I bought it for you. Now you got to play it." So we did. Solo, it's honestly really boring. Yes, that's all it is. This one's mine. Sample obtained. That's that's all you do. You run around shooting things and you pick up samples. That being said, I have played this multiplayer with like Cherry and Shonen and a couple other people. Multiplayer was actually kind of fun. But I don't think having fun one-time multiplayer can push it above even RE3. I think I would rather even play RE3 than do Umbrella Chronicles solo again. Honestly, I did have some fun with Reverse. Several of us goofed around in Reverse a lot last summer before the server shut down. It was kind of fun getting to do like an almost DBD-esque style Resident Evil game. Where you are your characters. You can play as like Claire, Leon, Ada, Hunk. There was a bunch of others that I can't even look up because the servers are closed. And once you died, like you turned into the enemies. You could turn into a Hunter Gamma. You can turn into a molded. You could turn into Jack. You could turn into Nemesis. It was honestly a very fun game. Um, there just wasn't enough content there. Resistance, I have not played. I'm assuming, just even by the looks of Resistance, this looks like a DBD clone. One day I'll try it. That day just has not come yet. Now the moment I've been dreading. Guys, where the fuck do we put RE9? I was talking to Keels about this last night. RE9, I think, has the best story. I love how it gives you a little bit of everything. Grace is very classic survival horror. Leon in this game is literally the best of Leon. If you really wanted to, someone could play through this entire game once, make a save at the split, and if you just felt like destroying shit with Leon, you could load your Raccoon City save, and you can just not play as Grace, and you can only play as Leon in Raccoon City if you really wanted to. Or you could start the game and you don't feel like doing like Chad stuff with Leon, you could save right after the girl fight and you could have a fantastic survival horror experience. Story-wise, I think it beats out for a remake. What I'm struggling with is the game itself more fun than for a remake. And that's where I don't know where to put it. Like, if I'm going to sit here casually, not on stream or anything where I'm like entertaining you guys, if I'm just sitting here and want to boot up a Resident Evil game, am I going to boot up Requiem or am I going to boot up RE4? I don't know. I think right now, only because of how long it's been out and the content that it has, I think RE4 is number one because of gameplay. Even though 9 has the better story, I think just the general gameplay of 4 right now, I think it's number 2. I think right now 9 is number 2. I think in the coming months or a year, however long it takes, I know the devs at BioRand are already working on a randomizer for 9. My only fear is there's currently a randomizer for 2 Remake out there, and as much as I love 2 Remake, I don't love the randomizer for 2 Remake. I love the randomizer for RE4. And I think the reason why I love it for RE4 but not for RE2 is the combat. The combat in 4 is so much more fun. Leon's weapons are so much stronger than anything in 2 Remake. The environments are bigger. If you get a bunch of enemies in a room in RE4, you've got a lot more room to work with than if you get 6 dogs and a ivy in the main hall of 2 Remake, let's say. You got only so much room to move in 2 Remake. And I feel like Grace's section of 9 is going to be the same way. I don't think if 9 were to get a randomizer, I don't think I would want to play Grace's section randomized. Leon's would be fine. I feel like Leon's would be very akin to 4. But like, I just always think that just the combat and the gameplay of 4 is more fun. But if I'm sitting here wanting a good story, I'm going to boot up 9 any day, every day. So for now, having the game only been out for 3 weeks, as Chesney said, there's no DLC as of yet. The DLC could change this. For now, I think 9 is number 2. I think 9 and 2 are very much gameplay wise, I think they're tied for me. That being said, like I said earlier, I love 2 Remake. I feel like when you get to 2 Remake, starting out exploring RPD and going through the steps and going through the run, it feels very similar to when you're starting the care center as Grace, opening up the rooms, going through the movements. Right now, I think this is where I am. See y'all tomorrow for Grace for Night. Fantastic Wednesday.
Oh shit.
Bye,
Oh shit.
guys.
My fault.